Captain Treasy has recently been arrested in Paraguay. As some of you guys may know, he's a pilot that won the MrBeast challenge against 100 other pilots to win that Hawker jet. I'm already seeing all the media going with all these narratives, so let me clear it up as soon as possible before it gets too far. So Captain Treasy is essentially a contract pilot. What that means is that he doesn't work for any single employer. He works based off of offering his services to a plethora of different people. So how it works is essentially someone calls him for his services to deliver an aircraft that he's typed into a different designated location. Most of the times it's just people, very rarely it's cargo. But I think in this case, it was people with, a little bit of extra cargo. They said there was about 260 kilograms worth of contraband on that aircraft, which usually at that level of operation is hidden in between airframes or specific areas, or they just tell you don't worry about it. Now, as a pilot, there is a certain level of responsibility for knowing what kind of person or parcels that are being carried on that aircraft when you're operating it. But I think in his scenario, he was not knowledgeable of what was going on. And that is why he's been released, because not enough evidence has compiled against him knowing that he was knowledgeable of that movement of contraband. Now, if I'm incorrect about this information, I will take fault and definitely re-update you guys with any more information. But that's kind of my 2 cents with the scenario, and I generally think he's innocent.
I literally won MrBeast's jet to go straight to jail. Getting caught in Paraguay, where he had 260 kilograms of that good stuff. We're not talking about strong stuff, but the one that gets you greened out or gives you the munchies, puts you to sleep. This is wild chat. Him winning, leaving everyone surprised what he just did. It's completely legal in some states, but trying to transport that from one country all the way to another place, that's why. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm just giving me reports.
When I first heard this story, the first thing that came to mind was one phrase: wasted opportunity. Think about it for a second. Out of millions of people around the world, this individual had the chance to appear on one of the biggest platforms on the internet. Not only did he get selected to participate in a MrBeast production, but he actually won. That's a life-changing opportunity that most people will never get. When opportunities like that come your way, they are supposed to be stepping stones toward a bigger future. They're supposed to open doors, create new relationships, build your reputation, and give you access to rooms that you may have never been able to enter before. That's why situations like this are so disappointing. Whether the allegations are true or not, the fact that someone's name is now connected to a nationwide story involving a private jet, law enforcement, and a major investigation is something that can follow them for years. One thing that people often overlook is that success comes with responsibility. The higher you climb, the more people are watching your every move. The things that might go unnoticed in everyday life can become international headlines once your name becomes recognizable. Critical thinking could have played a huge role here. If you're operating a private aircraft or you're responsible for transportation, you have to understand that you're also responsible for who gets on that aircraft, what gets loaded onto it, and what type of activity is taking place around your operation. That's not being paranoid, that's being proactive. Many successful people develop habits that protect their future. They double-check things, they ask questions, they verify information. They don't simply assume everything is okay because someone else told them it was. Even if the contraband didn't belong to him personally, there is still a lesson to be learned about accountability. When you are the owner, operator, or person responsible for something, people will often hold you accountable before they hold anyone else accountable. That's why successful businesses have procedures, airlines have procedures, corporations have procedures, banks have procedures. Everybody who handles something valuable has procedures because they understand that one mistake can destroy years of hard work. Imagine spending years building your reputation, obtaining licenses, building connections, networking with successful individuals, and creating opportunities for yourself, only to have one incident place everything in jeopardy. That's why it is important to think several steps ahead. Before allowing someone onto a plane, questions should be asked. Before allowing luggage onto a plane, it should be inspected. Before conducting business with people, backgrounds should be checked. Before entering partnerships, due diligence should be completed. Those are the kinds of habits that separate people who maintain success from people who lose it. Another lesson from this situation is understanding how fast information travels in today's world. 20 years ago, something like this might have stayed local news. Today, a story can go viral within minutes. When a name associated with MrBeast gets attached to a headline, the story doesn't remain in one city, one state, or even one country. It becomes international news almost immediately. Millions of people across different continents consume content involving MrBeast every day. That's why any story connected to his brand naturally receives extra attention from the public. That attention can be a gift when things are positive. But when things become controversial, that same attention can become overwhelming. Future business partners may see the headlines. Potential sponsors may see the headlines. Customers may see the headlines. Investors may see the headlines. Even if a person is eventually cleared of wrongdoing, the damage to their reputation can sometimes take years to repair. That's why protecting your name is one of the most important investments you can make. Money comes and goes, cars come and go, homes can be bought and sold, but your reputation follows you everywhere. A good reputation can open doors, a bad reputation can close them. That's why successful people are often extremely careful about the situations they place themselves in. The biggest takeaway from this entire situation is that opportunities should never be taken for granted. Many people spend their entire lives wishing for the chance to change their circumstances. Some people dream of getting noticed. Some dream of appearing on a major platform. Some dream of having access to influential people. Some dream of financial freedom. When those opportunities finally arrive, they have to be protected. Success isn't just about getting the opportunity. Success is about maintaining the opportunity. It's about protecting what you've earned. It's about making decisions today that won't destroy your future tomorrow. Critical thinking, preparation, accountability, and responsibility are all qualities that can save a person from making life-changing mistakes. At the end of the day, every decision has consequences. Good decisions create opportunities. Bad decisions create obstacles. The goal should always be to position yourself for long-term success rather than short-term gratification. Hopefully, everyone involved learns from this situation, because opportunities like this don't come around every day. When life gives you a chance to elevate yourself, the smartest thing you can do is protect that opportunity with everything you've got. And that's the real lesson here. It's not just about what happened, it's about what could have been prevented through preparation, awareness, and critical thinking.